Hello vlog! I was doing a map of the programming curriculum for the first level here. So the questers can see what they're gonna get in the first few weeks in programming. So yeah, let's put it up on the whiteboard for them. When you take on a job of designing a curriculum, you really want to do this for at least 2 years. It's a 2-year job because the first year, you had ideas of how things will work out, but it's the same as game development. It's like you create a game and it's not until you put it out in front of the players that you see how it turns out in practice and did everything work out as you intended. The same thing here. We had 1 year of the indie quest already. A lot of materials performed really well, but there are also always tweaks to be made, and so you need that year too, because you're gonna learn so much during year one. If you just come in for a year, then all of that learning through first year is sort of wasted because then you leave. You really want to be around for the second year to implement those changes. And probably then you're gonna have a really good solid thing going. In this example, in the first year we just had the whole first 7 weeks linearly. Every week, every day per week was sort of arranged for you, which units should you work on, and it was great until week 4 or so, but then in week 5 it just feels like you've done a lot, you're a little bit tired, there's still 2 or 3 weeks ahead. It just feels like a little bit of a swamp that you get into, and it's kind of hard to push through. So this year I'm making it more non-linear. There are still quite many linear stuff, but there's this middle hub area where you get to just get the basic skills, and then you have 5 projects in the end that you get to choose between that integrate that knowledge, and you can always go to them as soon as you're ready, as soon as you have the necessary prerequisites. So everything on this map will be very visually shown, which kind of skills you are trying to get, which skills you get where, and what skills are required to get to some more advanced missions. So it should help to get people through these first few weeks, about 6, 7, 8 weeks, depending how fast you go through. Maybe people will go in through even faster now. And yeah, instead of making everyone do all of the 5 final projects, now it's gonna be pretty much 1 if you want to get a B for a grade, or 2 projects if you want to get an A, if you care about grades, that is. Otherwise you can just do whatever ones you really want for whatever you're trying to learn. And that's the whole point of this new 2.0 version, is because the point is to get to your first own designed game and just get the skills that you need to get going on that. And so I will be talking to everyone individually what kind of project they want to make, and we will together decide which of these final projects of level 1 make sense to get the skills that they need and get there as fast as possible. Alright, here we are. The thing is pretty much finished. Maybe need some detail somewhere, but yeah, it's already, the whole weekend is over. It's already Monday. It took me 4 or 5 days to finish. Yeah, it was quite a thing. So yeah, let me show you around how it actually works, all of this. All right, here is the full thing, sort of like a board game, kind of. You're supposed to go from the start all the way down to text-based game. This is the first of your own games. You get to design and build, and yeah, this whole thing is level 1 for programming. There's 3 levels throughout the year, 3 games, 3 bigger projects that you get to work on. But yeah, the purpose of level 1 is to get all the basics, get all these pickups on the way from here to there, and get as many of these skills on the way which are gonna serve you very well in the future. Very nicely categorized. There's basic programming principles, data types, how to store data, algorithm design, how to do stuff more particularly in C# and .NET. But yeah, let's take a look how all of this works. First of all, here we have week 1. There's actually 2 ways to go about it. One is the gaming way, where you play Minecraft and Shenzhen.io, and then there's the, if you're a little bit more serious, you can also play NAND game. In both of these cases, you actually learn how computers work, basics of computer science, logic gates, binary. For example, here we have Boolean logic, learn binary. Here you learn assembler, how first programming worked out. And this week is really all about just you being pushed to the limits, seeing how do you react to very hard learning, maybe even frustration, very hard things you have to do, create your own processor basically, or at least arithmetic logic unit for adding numbers in binary. And yeah, just see how well you perform under pressure, and how does that feel, and what kind of strategies you're gonna have to deal with that, because well, that's pretty much how your whole programming life's gonna be like. It's all about perseverance and knowing how to smartly solve problems, how to go about finding solutions and stuff like that. And then after you're done with this, here's the first game cliffs. So this is you're making your way up the mountain and then at the end here you'll learn the basics of programming, loops, branches, and here you make your first game. At the end it's sort of like a artillery shooting over tanks. Yeah, very simple stuff, but we tried to get you very quickly to getting a game. And then here you reach this hub area. In the hub area, it's a little bit non-linear. You get to choose how you want to go about things. First of all, here's the practice range. If you need to take it a little bit slower on any of the concept, more gradually, or if you want to deepen your knowledge, make sure you're very efficient at it. You can practice different things, methods, loops, arrays and lists. And then another bigger area here is the data store. This is where you learn about data structures. Here it just gives you an overview, and then it's up to you how you want to go about classes, dictionaries and arrays. Another area is this one. It's algorithm design, where you learn about pseudocode, flowcharts, and then make your own adventure map. A lot of people in the last season really like this mission. And then there's these 3 other auxiliary things. You can learn about switch, about how to read files, how to do enums, which will come to use later on. So here at the very bottom we have these 5 different projects that you can do to finish up your level 1. So we have a bowling game, then we have an action adventure. Here you can learn regex, and then regex helps you out into these 2 projects. You can do it without it, but if you go the regex way first, you can take them down the shortcut. And yeah, so here this one, the monster swap, is you make a monster manual. This one is really heavy on data structures. And then here is the dice valley, which is more about user interface, and you make your own little dice simulator, like D20, D12, D10, this kind of dice. So you can see these are up here in the hub. You're just getting the basics down on very sort of limited, very isolated examples, problems. They all come from gaming. They're all gaming, like as you were working on little small games. But then in these projects you get to integrate knowledge. So oftentimes you will see that they require multiple things at the same time to get there. So that's why the red ones are the necessary, the required ones, and the green ones are the skills that you get when you get through this unit. So yeah, there you have it. Took longer than anticipated to draw all this. It makes sense, but yeah, like what else is new in game development? It's always things take a long time, but yeah, I think people are gonna be quite excited to make their way around the map, get around. I think it's a nice thing to, for first, when you get into it, to have an exciting way to go about things. It's always nice to follow some art. I like the saying, I think Ron Gilbert said, the reward for playing adventure games is seeing new art. So hopefully this will inspire people into getting to learn programming in a fun, exciting way, and then make it as fast as possible to down here. And it'll be exciting to see what kind of text-based game they're gonna make, because all of this is done in C# in the console. So then the first game also then is just done in the console. It could be a text adventure, it could be a roguelike, anything you want actually. You could make an action game like Snake or whatever. It's really up to you. And then level 2 is all about learning Unity, and you can really focus on just the Unity parts, how to do those specific things without actually having to worry about programming, because after this level 1 you're already a good programmer. So yeah, that comes easy to you. And then level 3 is all about object-oriented programming, where you get to do even more complicated projects, because yeah, as game ideas grow, the complexity grows, and you really need to have a good way to organize stuff. So yeah, this is just a quick look into the 3 programming levels, programming curriculum here at the IndieQuest. Yeah, that's it for today. We'll see you in 2 more weeks. It's actually I think it's gonna be either the week or a week before the new season starts. We actually have some questers already here that are starting early, and so yeah, it's super exciting times, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.